Okay, here a video on how you can deal with a quilting block around a pattern. There are maybe different ways that you can do it, but I had a I saw somebody in a group and was asking about how you can create a quilting block around a pattern. So then I did some playing around and I started coming up with something, so I like to show you how it can be done. There are maybe different ways it can be done, but this is where I came up with. So this is the image she had as quilting as a motif, and in order to get a repeating motif, then what we do is I'm pulling down a guideline, and then with the Bezier tool we start creating our curves. Oh, that one should have been on a different spot. Oh, it's I want to go the normal Bezier, otherwise it goes into the spiral path. I find that a little annoying. And then we create our points, and so going around the whole pattern, and I'll go and select, I'll delete that one, and so you go around the whole pattern and you go and create your path. I created a path already, and I turn on the visibility, so that is how I have my path. Now what I want to make sure about is I zoom in pretty close and go to the point select tool, and I may want to drag my guideline right on the end point. Now I go and the point select there, and I can, with turning on snapping, you can have that your end point can snap to the guideline, and you want that your start point and your end point are lining up perfectly with the guideline. So say if snapping wasn't off and you had created your quilting pattern and you had the one end point off the guideline, then for the next step they will not line up. So you want to make sure that snapping is turned on and that you place, as you can see, it all of a sudden it makes the jump and it snaps to the guide. So you want to make sure concerning that, and you want to make sure that there is a little bit of space between the edge and the contour. So there we have our path. Then what we'll do is we'll go and select it. I'll turn the image off for now, and then what you can do is change the size. That is depending on the size you want. So that really depends on your design and what kind of size you want to work with. So I'll make that a little smaller. I'll go and make that 20, and that to a certain point, that's all up to you. And now I can go and remove the guideline. Then what I will do is go to edit and go clone and create tiled clone. Now here there are different options. You get the reflection. Some of it you can go and play around with and see what happens, but for this one I will be using the simple translation. And I will go, and here you change your rows and your columns. If I go for six rows and 6 columns, create, there you can see, there we have right away a pattern already. So there's different ways what you can go about it here too. You can go this way, but that is a little extra work connecting everything. So what I would do is go set the rows at 1 and say I'm gonna go and make 6, and I go create, and now I'll zoom out. There I have a pattern. Then I will select this one. That is my original, what I don't need anymore. Then I will go and select these, and then go path, object to path. Now they are all individual paths. Then I will go and zoom in, then go to the point select tool, and now you can see where the selection box is around each part, and where the two pieces join there is a double node. As you can see, this is a big square node and this is a small square node, or a diamond. So then what we do is we go around, select both of them, join node, and then we move over to the next one, draw around and join the selected nodes, and we do that here, join selected nodes, join selected nodes, and I think there's one more, select both of them, join selected node, and I'll zoom out for a moment. Oh, that is a little strange what happened there. I don't know if that is, I don't quite understand what happened there, but all of a sudden there seems to be a copy of it, what is okay. This is one piece and this is one piece. I just started working with the newest version of Inkscape also, so there might be a few issues because of that. So then I can go, let me go and delete this one because we were working with only the one single one. Then I go and duplicate, and then I can drag that one. Okay, we should turn snapping off, and I can place that wherever I feel like having it placed so that it lines up in the right nice proportion with the other one. Then what I will do is shift click, shift click that they are both selected, go to the node select, and I will zoom in to the end, and I will select the end node there, and I will select the end node here by holding the shift key down and click on the node, and I will go and create a new segment in between. Then I'll zoom out and I will go right click on it, duplicate. Let me go to select, making sure that we have the duplicate. And then with a duplicate, I can do the same thing again. Find the spot where I want to line it up. That looks about where I would want it. And then I go again, zoom in, and now I look at this endpoint. So I go to shift select the node, and then I select that end node, and I select this end node and create a line in between. And this connecting line, you can change that after. I will show you how you can go about certain things. There's different ways of doing things. So now we have a pattern, and if I go and select it, this should all stitch in one piece. If I go now and have it selected and go to the path object fill and stroke and go to the stroke style and make that a dotted, and then go extension, ink stitch, params, and there you can see it is all being stitched out in one pass. But the reason for this tutorial, that is to go and that we have a pattern on the inside and a pattern around the outside, or that we want to have it within a certain box. So then what I will do here, and this is for demonstration purpose, I'll change the, I don't know if that will affect it. It shouldn't really affect it, but I'm gonna make it a solid line for now. Then I will go and I'll make a rectangle, say that is the shape of our inside design, and we could select it, and then you can watch a little bit on where that is being placed in regards with your pattern, on what do you want to keep with your pattern and what don't you want to keep with your pattern. So if I place it here, then you can see I could go and get rid of those. That way the top part will stay as one piece, and here on the bottom piece I get only a few small pieces also, and that should be able to go and do that. So I'll go and have this rectangle selected, then I go path, object to path, then I go and shift select. Okay, no, I will go and make a duplicate for a moment, and then I go and shift select the quilting pattern, and then go path, cut path. And now the fun is gonna start. You want to have the objects panel open, I'll go in the rectangle. I'm gonna go and turn the visibility off for the rectangle for a moment, and now we go the select tool, and as you can see, there is now all kinds of little pieces where the rectangle was, and they can all be deleted. I find it a little weird that it breaks it up in all funny little pieces, but maybe somebody else knows a better way of doing it. I think it has to do with where the nodes are placed, because okay, that should stay, I think that's a full one. That's, yeah. Okay, let me turn on the rectangle for a moment so we can see. Okay, that one needs to be removed. Now turn the rectangle on again. I could go select the rectangle and if I turn the opacity down on the rectangle, then I can see what is underneath. So here, as you can see underneath, we need to remove a few more. And by holding down the Alt key, we can go and select the pieces what are underneath. The thing is, have to have the mouse really close on the object. Also, what could have been done is I gotta use the Alt key. There we go. I want to have them all out of the way for now. There should be one there yet. I'll right click right away and delete, and then holding down the Alt key, delete. And what you can also do is with your outer pattern, with your inside pattern, that you first create a duplicate and then create an offset on it, so that you keep a little distance away from your original pattern. And then I think, so this one I don't want to have in there. I'll delete that one I don't want, delete, and I'll delete that one. There should be a piece over here yet. Alt, maybe it is easier and go and widen the stroke a little bit, but we'll deal with it this way. So now we can see, oh, this top corner has got one little piece yet. So holding down the Alt key and delete. Okay, so now I'm zooming out, and I'll turn the visibility off on the okay, that's the image. Now the rectangle is visible. Now I'll turn off the rectangle, and now we can see the whole rectangle is cut out. Then what we will have to do is go and to the node select, and I'll select that one, and now we have to reconnect all our pieces again. So as we can see, so there's decisions what need to be made on where do I want to. I'll delete all this extra for a moment. And delete. Okay. Now we go point select, and now this path is selected. So there is one path, small path over here where we would like to connect to, and the top part is continuous up to here, so I could want to keep that, and that one let's see, that one is here, and that was a connector over there. So there's decisions what need to be made on how do I get this one back into it without doing too much damage to the pattern. So that one doesn't work out the greatest. So we may have to, okay, we select that one, and I go this node and break path at selected node. And then I'll go and select them, and I'll get rid of those. And this one I'm gonna go also, I'm gonna break that one. Have to find out a little bit which node you have selected, and I'll delete those. Now it works a little better, I think. So now shift select, and now we have both of those pieces selected. We select the end nodes, and we go and make a connection. We can go and curve that it is not really obvious. Blend it in with the pattern, and then we go and shift select the next part, select this node, select that node, and create a connection between those two, and then we can go and do anything with this pattern on how we want it to blend in with the rest. Now I'm zooming out, and there is a piece. If I want to have that in with the pattern, or do I want to leave it out? I'll leave it out. But if you want to blend it in, then a person would have to go and break a point again and then reconnect. And that one too, I will go and get rid of those two. Those are really small. And get rid of those. And now let's see, where are we? So this corner needs to be connected back in also. And then we have to find out where is the end point on this. It probably would have been easier if from the start that we would have gone only one row connected and then break it instead of connecting all the rows. But we're dealing with, okay, this one I could take there and break apart. Break selected node. I'll move that one out of the way and then shift select this one and then selecting the end nodes and connect them with a new oh, that's not the one I had in mind. I wanted this one selected and then shift select that one and join those two and make that a curve. And now there are a few little pieces over here. If we want to connect those in, I should find out what is connected and what is not connected. Zoom out. As you can see, just about everything is connected right now. So, and there is an endpoint here. So I could go and move this endpoint and shift select this one and then join those 2 points. Then I can go shift select that one and then select this node and select that node and create a connection in between. I can go and curve that, make adjustments, and then the same. Now we have to go shift select this object and I can go and select those nodes, create a piece in between. I can go and curve it to my liking, and if I now go to the select and let's see, as you can see we have now, okay, there is one path yet. That's a big path, and there is a path yet. Okay, seems like there are a few little bugs in the new Inkscape, but that will probably get straightened out soon. So now we found out this path is not connected yet, so I shift select that one. Now I have two end nodes here, and I can go and join the two end nodes, and then this little piece, I think I'm gonna go and abandon that one, minimize, or minus, delete them. Okay, now we can go and put our rectangle back in, and then we can have a look and see, hey, how does that look? If we select the rectangle and we want to have a little bit of clearance, so that way we can place our pattern. And there's a few places where I don't like the design. I think we should have removed this one, so I would go and select it and delete a couple of nodes, and here we can go and play a little bit with the curves, make it look nice. And there was also a spot there on top that looks okay, but here is a little area that doesn't look right either, so we can go in there and we can make all kinds of changes to it. Probably should have started a little different right from the beginning, but this is only for demonstration purposes, and that you get the idea on how you can manipulate everything and move everything to your liking. It is depending also on your pattern, but I think that looks better now. I still don't quite like this. Probably would go and break it apart over here, tie in over there, change the curves a little bit, and then come around going this direction. So it would need a little bit of adjusting. But that's the thing, when you do a demo, things just don't seem to work as nice as when you did a practice run, and that's what it seems to be. Okay, now we'll go and select that for a moment, change the stroke style, make that to a dashed line, and now let's see what Inkstitch is gonna do. We select both of them, extension, Inkstitch params. I'll have to drag it over from my other window, and I'll slow down for a moment, give it a restart, and there you can see I'll speed it up a little bit. So there you had your quilting pattern going all in one run. And now it's doing the center. And so yeah, for the stitch length you can go and set that to whatever liking you have. Okay, and that is the same for cutting the outside. You can also do the same thing there. Oh, I gotta cancel my other screen. You can go and cut that also, but right from the start you want to watch that you're creating a box and make your pattern fit in there, because when you're doing the clone you can also, if you make an adjustment on your clone, it will show in your pattern as long as it has not been converted to a path. Okay, if you have questions, feel free to contact me, and hope this will help you out on creating. Okay, thanks for watching and take care.